Good evening, folks, and a very, very warm welcome to you. Welcome back to the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast after having a 1 week break last week. My name is Tonchi Prusak. It is an absolute pleasure to be back in the host's chair. And after I went overseas on a short trip, a family trip actually, to a family wedding to Croatia, and back again. And as the tail end of the local winter season starts to kind of finish up, there's lots and lots of news locally happening. And we've got 4 more episodes of this season's show. And tonight's going to be a big one because we've got lots of local content. On the weekend, North Geelong Warriors took out the VPL2 League Championship title. And that's the first of the leagues that has finished this year. So congratulations to the North Geelong Warriors and everyone involved with the Warriors. Sadly, Geelong Soccer Club has been relegated back to State League 1 after first year up in VPL 2. But hopefully the Lions will be back very, very quickly. And the sooner the better they are back in VPL football, the better. We're going to have a very special report from the North Geelong Warriors. We'll hear from Sonny Brimmer, their leading goal scorer, who also happened to be the Golden Boot winner, the league's leading goal scorer as well. Coach Stuart Begg will also be catching up with him as well, and the president Tom Palchuk as well. He's got a few things to say as well. A couple of weeks ago, whilst I was away, Deakin Ducks hosted the Lara United Football Club in the Men's State League 4 competition, league fixture. And it was a very special day. It was the day for Huxley. And we had Ducks president Sam Robinson, Troy Harrison from the Ducks, Adrian Bond as well, father of young Huxley, on previous episodes, and we've got a special report as well from the Day for Huxley that was held not that long ago. And whilst I was in Croatia, I managed to combine a bit of family time and a bit of holiday with some work as well, and I filed a special report on why kids in Croatia are so good at football. Remember, it's a country of just under 4 million people, and they continuously seem to punch above their weight internationally and continue to produce the stars, the likes of Luka Modric, obviously Ivan Rakitic previously, Mateo Kovacic, and the like. But why is it? What's the secret in there? And can we here in Geelong maybe take a leaf out of their book and find out what is one of, I guess, many reasons and many ingredients that make up such a rich spring of just football talent, or production line of football talent. Stay tuned for that. Previously 30, 40, 50 years ago, when the initial immigrants came here, be it Croatian, Macedonian, Serbian, Greek, Italian, Maltese, Polish, whatever the case may be, the early immigrants used football as a vehicle to integrate into the mainstream society. Now, in 2025, what we're finding is third generation Australian Croatians who are now returning to the land of their grandparents are now using football as a means to integrate into the local community, to make new friends, overcome the language barrier. And one such person is someone who's very, very well known, or should I say, the parents are very well known in the Geelong football circles. Mick Kucek was a sponsor at Cryo Soccer Club, was also a sponsor at North Geelong Warriors, and that's where his young son Christian started his football career at Corio Soccer Club at Hume Reserve, and then crossed over to North Geelong before the whole family late last year decided to pack up and swap Geelong for Croatia. And they nowadays call Trogir, a small, beautiful resort town in Croatia, as their home. And they've opened up an acai business as well. So we're going to speak to Mick. A lot of you do know him personally. And we'll also be speaking to his young son, Christian, who's, I think, just turned 13, how football is helping him integrate into the local community over there in Croatia. That's all coming up on tonight's episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show. So, and on top of that, we've got a huge news desk, folks. So pop it in the chat section. Any questions, any comments you'd like. And we're going to take a very, very short break. First of all, thanking our major sponsor, and a couple of words from our major sponsor, The Gordon. And incidentally, our main business advertisers on tonight's episode, Curva Coaching Geelong, Just Turfing Instant Turf, and Geelong Galvanising. Folks, don't go away. The Geelong Region Soccer Show news desk is coming up right after this short commercial break.
Your future is in your hands. There is a whole world waiting for you, and your choices determine how you will impact it. At The Gordon, we recognise this. That's why we champion hands-on learning. Get your hands dirty. Grab what's in front of you. Learn by doing. Turn your passion, your ideas, and mould them into your creations. You'll be supported the entire way. You'll grow your skills in small classes, guided by teachers who are industry experts. You'll learn in state-of-the-art facilities or out in a real-world workplace setting. Your hands-on experience will increase your understanding and put you ahead of your university peers. You'll graduate work-ready, and you'll graduate sooner, with a huge range of qualifications to choose from and support services to enable your success. Now is the time to continue your learning journey. At The Gordon, your future is in your hands.
Yes, it's time for the news desk, and let's go straight to the VPL, Victorian Premier League 2. It was the final day of the season in round 26, and both these games were actually streamed live via Football Victoria's YouTube channel. And the North Geelong Warriors took on Brunswick Juventus, and the equation was quite simple. A draw or a win would see the Warriors clinch the VPL 2 league title, and in the end it was a 3-2 win over Brunswick Juventus, Sonny Brimmer scoring a goal, Cassian Angle and Angus Chapman as well. We're going to we've got some short video highlights, goes for about 3.5 minutes, and the caller of yesterday's game was, in fact, yours truly.
Angel now. To the near post, George Ellis is there, taps it forward, and there's the first goal of the afternoon. And who other than number 12, Sonny Brimmer. The 11th minute mark, and Sonny Brimmer with a very unique acrobatic celebration there, scoring his 16th goal of the season. Warriors, he's got two players to beat. Brimmer now chips it forward, looking for McGrath. Can McGrath get there? He can. He's inside the box. Dangerous for Brunswick Juventus. Chapman now. He gets around and he's going to be tripped, and there's going to be a penalty there. He clipped him. It was definitely plain to see. And this could be dangerous for Brunswick Juventus because Liam Price is on a yellow card. Is it? Penalty will be taken by number 10, Cassian Angel. And the North Geelong Warriors have got an opportunity now to seal this result. And they do so in the 27th minute. Cassian Angel makes it 2-0. And North Geelong Warriors fans here are already, in fine voice, already celebrating because they can sniff a league championship title for the first time since 2009. Very, very good performance. Angel, here's another one. Brimmer knocks it to Chapman and almost gets his goal, and it rebounds in. And there we've got it, the third goal. Will that be deemed an own goal, or will that be a Angus Chapman goal? We'll give it to Chapman in the 33rd minute. And beautifully delivered and precisely delivered by Sonny Brimmer. And it was well placed for Chapman to knock it into the goalkeeper, Liam Price. And the rebound for a positive result. It's 3-2 at the moment. And we've got less than a minute. In fact, about 30 seconds to play. And the handshakes, the high fives on the Warriors bench are already happening. There is no doubt the North Geelong Warriors have taken out the 2025 VPL2 league title despite conceding a goal late in the game here. And all eyes on the referee. Chapman now battles for the ball with Gazelle. And there we have it, folks. Congratulations to the 2025 VPL2 league champions, North Geelong Warriors, who have taken out today's final round game here at Alco Park. 3-2, with goals by Sonny Brimmer, Cassian Angel, and Angus Chapman in the first half. It was enough, despite conceding 2 goals in the second half. It was more than enough for the Warriors to take out the league title. And congratulations to the North Geelong Warriors, crowned champions of VPL 2 in 2020.
And as we said, unfortunately, Geelong got relegated. And in the cruelest of ways, a 2-2 draw against second-placed Eltham Redbacks was not enough for the Lions to be saved. Shisuke Kirihara scoring, as the young Lockie Harper, who's a product of the Bowen Soccer Club. Great to see a lot of young players, homegrown players, figuring prominently in both those the Warriors and Lions teams. And commiserations to everyone involved at Geelong Soccer Club, but we certainly hope that the Lions will bounce back in 2026 and take out the State 1 league title. Along with Corio, we want Corio not only to get to survive relegation, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but also to do very well. Here at the Geelong Region Soccer Show, we want all the Geelong clubs to do very well. Now, another club that is at the moment struggling and fighting for survival, trying to stave off relegation, but this time in the Victorian Premier League women's competition, is Geelong Galaxy. Geelong Galaxy lost to Southern United 6-2. Millie Chapman, Angus's younger sister, and Tamia Grosvenor scoring those 2 goals. So well done to those 2 players. But yes, we need the Galaxy to do very well. They've got a tough game this weekend up against the 3rd place Bundoora United. Galaxy at the moment in second last position, and that would see them potentially relegated down to State League 1, where North Geelong Warriors senior women's team is currently. So we could see a Geelong derby next year, but we'd rather see that derby in VPLW rather than State League 1. But Bundoora United hosting our Galaxy this Saturday, August the 30th, at Hillsview Recreation Reserve. So kickoff there is at 3 p.m. It is a round 22 fixture. Let's turn our attention now to the State League. And as we mentioned, Corio at the moment really, really struggling, really doing it tough. On the weekend, it was a 3-0 loss at the hands of Clifton Hill. And incidentally, this game also was live streamed by OnFlow Media. They do a fantastic job. And Joey Giacomazzo was the commentator. And we've got comments there by Vesko Bigovic from Corio. Joey G, you could learn a thing or two. Okay, we want to promote things. We want to promote people here as well. And Joey G, well done for commentating the game on the weekend. We just don't have enough news reporters. We don't have enough commentators. And at the end of the day, we need more. And I would love to have next year a co-host. I'd love to have more people involved at every club, being basically a reporter or a journalist. And because as you can see, it's a tough gig here in this AFL mad town. And any publicity we can get whatsoever, we really, really need to promote it. Geelong Rangers took one huge leap towards staving off relegation in State League 2. A 3-0 win against fellow strugglers Craigieburn City on the weekend. Well done to the Rangers. Chris Galley scoring a goal, as did Anthony Piratina and Thomas Rush. Rangers moved to third last position, and I think that's one of the first time in a long, long time that they've been outside of the relegation zone. So well done to Rangers, but they've got two extremely difficult games coming up over the last two rounds. Surf Coast maintained their very, very slim hope of promotion. They maintain their third spot. They're 3 points behind Sunbury United, who are second, and they're just waiting for Sunbury United to fall over, to stumble. But Sunbury are at the moment in red hot form. Nonetheless, Yusuke Sato and League Golden Boot, or current League Golden Boot, John Pikett, netted one apiece for Surf Coast as they overcame Laverton 2-0. Likewise, Bell Park are keeping their faint promotion hopes alive. On the weekend, they defeated Barnstoneworth United 3-1. Andrew Palmieri, Nicholas Bardic, and Nathan Phillips all scoring one apiece for the All Whites. Lara United did Bell Park a huge favour by holding Balmoral, the runaway league leaders, to a 1-1 draw. Kai Fletcher scoring Lara's only goal. There was a draw at Deakin with Deakin Ducks equalising in the 94th minute through Pat Miletto. Sam Wyeth scoring early in the piece for a 2-2 draw against West Point. And Bowen was unable to take the points against Westside strikers. Joseph Prpic scoring the only goal for the Blue and Whites as Bowen went down 1-2. Ocean Grove had a bye. Now, looking at the penultimate round of fixtures in the men's State League competition this weekend. Let's start off with State League 1. Corio are at home to 5th place Westphale Olympic at Hume Reserve. Get down to Hume Reserve, all you Corio fans and neutrals, as many as possible. A big game this for Corio. They need to get a win here. It's a crucial game if they want to stave off relegation. Geelong Rangers have got a difficult game against the Uni Hill Eagles. They are third placed, so all you Rangers fans, likewise, get out to Myers Reserve this weekend. And a lot of local teams playing at home. Rangers have got another tough game the following week. I think it's against the 5th place team. So a really difficult fortnight coming up for Geelong Rangers. Surf Coast at home to 4th placed Epping City. That game kicking off at 5 p.m. at Banyule Warrior Reserve. And as I mentioned earlier, Surf Coast are looking to jump into the second spot if Sunbury United stumbles over the coming fortnight. In State League 4, Lara United is away to 6th place Barnstoneworth United. The Deakin Ducks at home to 5th place Melton Phoenix. Bowen at home to 8th place Keilor Wolves. But I'm going to say the match of the season, the absolute match of the year, Bell Park travels to Balmoral Park, where they take on the top side, Balmoral FC. It's an intimidating place to go at the best of times. But I believe this game is going to be live streamed because all of Balmoral's games, I believe, are live streamed using the VO Live. function. And so this game kicking off at 5:30 p.m, a do-or-die game for the All Whites. And even if they win, they'll probably be on the same points, but they'll have an inferior goal difference. So there's no doubt this is a must-win game for Bell Park. Game of the season. And in State League 5, Ocean Grove, currently in third place, take on bottom side Footscray Rangers. That game at Shell Road Reserve at 3 p.m. In Women's State League 1, North Geelong Warriors hosted Fawkner and unfortunately went down 3-0. And this week, the Warriors are away to the bottom side, Kings Domain, this Saturday at Fawkner Park with a kickoff at 1 p.m. So the Warriors certainly haven't had as good a season as they hoped they would have. Let's turn our attention now to the local Geelong region scene, and we've got 2 more rounds to go of the local league as well before we get into the finals. Looking at the round 12 results played over the weekend, Bell Park defeated Golden Plains. Bell Park drew with Golden Plains 2-2 in men's Division 1. In the other men's Division 1 games, FC Leopold was held to a 1-1 draw by Surf Coast at Estuary Reserve. Barwon defeated Armstrong United 2-0. And Colac Otway Rovers, who are yet to register a point, went down very, very narrowly to Deakin Ducks 1-0. In Women's Division 1, Deakin Ducks defeated Ocean Grove 4-1. Surf Coast defeated Barwon at Barwon 1-0. And there was no score provided in the game between Drysdale and Bell Park. If anyone's from Drysdale or Bell Park and they are aware of that score, pop it down in the chat section, in the comments section. And Lara United had the bye. Let's have a look at the ladder for men's Division 1. Well, Barwon commandingly, an unbeaten Barwon in fact, commanding the competition and leading in top position by 3 points. So 28 points to Barwon, followed by Golden Plains, Surf Coast and Bell Park, making up the top 4. Armstrong United, Deakin Ducks, FC Leopold and Colac Otway Rovers just outside of the final spots. In the Women's Division 1, we've got Surf Coast and Barwon battling it out for top spot. Surf Coast on 24 points, followed by Barwon on 23. And we've got the Deakin Ducks on 20 and Lara United on 18 points, making up the top 4. Just outside, we've got quite considerably outside of the top 4 is Ocean Grove, Drysdale and Bell Park on the bottom. If we take a look at this week's fixtures in the men's and women's Division 1 competitions, round 13. On Friday night, let's have a look at the men's first. On Friday night, 2 games. Deakin Ducks hosting Bell Park and FC Leopold at home to Wooden Spooners Colac Otway Rovers. On Sunday, Armstrong United hosts Surf Coast and Golden Plains taking on Barwon at the Bannockburn Recreation Precinct. In Women's Division 1, round 13 matches, all the games are on Saturday. And interestingly, they've got a staggered kickoff of 1 p.m, 2 p.m and 3 p.m. Barwon at home to Bell Park. Ocean Grove hosts Lara United and Surf Coast and the Deakin Ducks do battle at Banyule Warrior Reserve at 3 p.m. Drysdale has the bye. Now, one of our club sponsors, one of the few club sponsors that we had this year is Bell Park Sports Club, and they have got a big event coming up this year. One of their major events, it's a BPSC major event 2025, Stand and Deliver on Saturday the 13th of September. It's 7:30 p.m. start, but you are asked to come there at 7 p.m. Bar specials, tapas-style dining, and an all-night entertainment by 80s tribute band Stand and Deliver, Australia's #1 tribute show for 80s music. Proudly sponsored by Bissonella, and as they are saying, get ready to rewind the clock. And this is going to be an awesome event, as is every event that they have up there at the Bell Park Sports Club. Dance the night away with the ultimate 80s cover band. Gather your friends and get ready for a night of music, fun and community spirit. Proudly sponsored by Bissonella, and that's where you can get the tickets, www.trybooking.com/DELLA. Now, even if you're not from Bell Park's Soccer Club, get a table together and go up there. It is a great night, and it's a time to really, it's a night to really let your hair down after a very intensive football season. So I guess now is the season of presentation nights and post-season festivities, but that is certainly one that you would not want to miss. And speaking of the hall up there at Bell Park Sports Club, it is a phenomenal facility, and you can hire it for weddings, birthdays, anything really. It's got a full bar, a kitchen, there's bathrooms, dance floor. It is just an incredible facility. If you are interested or would love to know a little bit more, contact the club via email at functions@bellparksportsclub.com.au. Yes, all right. Now we're going to finally finish the news desk. When I was in Croatia, I filed a very short report about one of the reasons why Croatian kids are so good at football, and I guess this happens throughout Europe. But obviously, I was in Croatia at the time and decided to combine a little bit of holiday and family time with a bit of work. And this is a little report that I produced in Croatia. Hope you take something out of this, and maybe it's something with state elections coming up next year, and something to even approach your councillor as well in your local council electorate to try and get these type of street soccer football or street football courts, cages, etc. In your local neighbourhood. We seem to be having a little bit of problems there, so we're going to try and get that as quickly as possible. Not too sure what is going on there.
Hi guys, it's Tonchi on tour. So it's the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast on tour, and I'm in Split at the moment, where Noah Skorka, formerly of North Geelong Warriors, last night played 70 minutes of a European Cup game. And where do these kids in Croatia, for example in Split, how did they become so good at football? Well, take a look at this. This is just somewhere in a normal suburban street, and they call them street soccer, basically street soccer. So have a look. It's open, it's accessible, anyone can come in whenever, and you've got this synthetic pitch, pretty much that kids from the neighbourhood can just turn up, have a kick, perfect their skills. That's why Croatia is so good at football. Imagine we had something like this in little parts of Geelong. We'd have not just one Noah Skorka turning up, we'd have maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 10 Noah Skorkas being produced because of that. Literally around the corner, now I'm not joking, literally it's about 100 metres, not even that, around the corner from where we were last. This is a smaller club, a smaller provincial club, and as you can see, this is their facility. A proper half-size, futsal-sized outdoor court. The main pitch, as you can see, it's nothing special, so it's obviously a lower league club. And then look at the street soccer, this is for the juniors. So you can see it's not super facilities, but there's just that much accessible pitches for kids to play. And like I said, pretty much accessible to the general public every day, every time. That's what makes these soccer players so unbelievably good.
I guess this is what they call cage soccer. Most of these towns, most of these places have got these little kind of pretty much just, I don't know, almost like a tennis court. It can be multi-sports, I guess, basketball, you got little soccer. Most villages, most towns, easily accessible. Maybe sometimes a bit run down, but look, end of the day, as we can see over here, it serves a purpose. Kids come here, it's summertime now, and it's at the moment it is I'm here in Metkovic, my parents' birth town, and this is where kids learn to play soccer, where they perfect their skills. And all they got to do is after school, or sometimes before school, is come here. There's always kids in the neighbourhood And this is pretty much right in the centre of town, actually.
Pravilnou zástavou hajluka z Igrasovem se dává Anthony Kalink.
The world is yours. So work hard and you can have whatever it is you want.
Sonny Bremer, Golden Boot, congratulations, mate.
Thanks,
Score of
mate.
that first goal. Your goal was the one that really set the momentum today. How do you feel, firstly, about league champion?
Oh, mate, I can only dream of this. I'm still in awe. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know it's a team game, but the individual award, you took out the Golden Boot. Congratulations. How does that feel?
Look, I got to admit, it feels pretty good. But all credit to the boys. Mate, we scored like 70 odd goals in the year. We had a great season, all of us.
Awesome. Stuart Begg, coach of the North Geelong Warriors, let's say the triumphant and the champion North Geelong Warriors, mate. First of all, congratulations on the league title.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm just drenched in alcohol, so apologies for that.
Not a problem, I think, probably justifiably so. But mate, after 2 years ago, when you were at the helm and the team lost the title on the final day, today must have been something special to really, I guess, undo all the disappointments of 2 years ago.
Look, there's a few boys that were in that room with me. So there's a few boys that was in that room, and that was part of that, and it still burns to go so well. We had such a great year, and we knew this year we weren't going to let up, and carried to the banner, to George, to Stoz, to Hamish, to Lockie McGrath, those ones that were involved. They made sure that we didn't fall short today.
Now, you mentioned about 5 players there, and they're all homegrown players, all players that have been produced here in Geelong. And that was, I think, the thing that stood out from the squad this year. Absolute majority were homegrown players.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're a Geelong boy as well. How much of that does that mean that the league title this year was achieved not through expensive imports or recruits, but rather the bulk of them from local boys?
Look, if you can get a good group of footballers together, regardless of their ability of whether or not they're at the top level or not, but if you can create an environment that they can thrive, and you get the best of them as a unit, anything's achievable. And to do it with majority of homegrown talent was huge. And everyone knows that North Geelong is in a club that pays a lot of money for players, and this is why our juniors are so strong, and this is why we want them to come through. But, it means a lot to the club. It means a lot to me as a coach to utilise those players that are homegrown. And, that will never change with North Geelong. That is always going to be the same way.
Yeah, and look, it's been a yo-yoing kind of last few years, going up, going down, going up, going down. But we're going. North Geelong is going back up. And look, no, I mean, it's too early now to start talking about next year, but when do you start planning for next year? I mean, you know you've got the job for next year. It's time to celebrate, but when do you actually start plotting the blueprint for 2026? Part 2 of the interview. Live television, what a cheese.
Where'd your mic go? There. Sorry. Apologies.
So the question there was, when do you actually sort of like, when does the actual planning start for next season? I know it's too early to start thinking about that, but when do you sort of kind of like have to start?
I don't need to plan because the bunch of boys I've got in that room will be here next year, and we'll have a crack. But you know, we'll certainly have some downtime. I'll give you the tip.
Yeah. Now, awesome. We'll leave it at that, and congratulations again.
Cheers. Thank you.
North Geelong President Tom Porzak, mate, congratulations on what sort of off the field has been a tumultuous year, but on the field, and this has really culminated in a real positive ending to the season. Congratulations, and what does this mean for the club and the community as a whole?
Well, firstly, Tonchi, thank you. What a year. It has been a crazy year. What does this mean for the club? It's big. It's huge. We worked really, really hard for this. I genuinely believe that we deserve this promotion. We worked very hard off the field, on the field, the whole committee, the club, community, and the players, the way they fought all year. I felt that we were destined from the start because everyone believed it from the start.
I guess the biggest thing to come out of this was the success was achieved by a lot of local Geelong homegrown players. And I think that's been something that's really stuck out. And going forward, it seems there's a real bright future for a lot of these young players.
Absolutely. That's the one thing that I love boasting about the most out of anything, how much we promote our young kids. We are very proud that we would always promote 3, 4, even 5 kids through our juniors all the way through that make our senior team. And that's something we're very proud of and will continue to do.
Geelong Galvanising is a locally owned and operated company that is a leading provider of protective steel applications, including hot dip galvanising, steel fabrication, painting, duplex coatings and transport logistics. With a commitment to quality and efficiency, we deliver durable high-performance solutions tailored to the needs of our clients across various industries. Our key capabilities include blast and paint, galvanising, fabrication, accreditations and inspection services, transport and logistics. We offer end-to-end services from fabrication right through to delivery. For more information about what we can offer you, contact us on 5275 7555, visit our website at www.geelonggal.com.au or pop in and see us at our factory at 360 Bacchus Marsh Road, Corio.
Just Turfing Instant Turf is a local family-owned and operated company which guarantees top quality products and service. Whether you need turf for a small front garden or a large landscaping project, Just Turfing Instant Turf are the turf installer experts you can trust. They supply and install for most major landscapers in Melbourne and Geelong, with a wide range of premium instant turf and a full suite of turf care products. Chloe and the team at Just Turfing are sure to have all your turf needs covered. Their Melbourne, Geelong and Victorian regional distribution means they can supply your area with fresh cut turf installed the same day hassle-free. Turf options that are available include Eureka Kikuyu, Santa Ana, Tiff Tuff, Sir Walter Buffalo and Sir Grange. For more information, contact either Chloe on 0431 571 558 or Josh on 0457 174 111.
We're at the front of the Acai Bar here in Chiovo, which is just across the channel from Trogir, with the patriarch of the Kucek family, Mirko, or as we know him in Geelong, Mick. Mick, welcome to the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast. And firstly, what made you make the move to swap the big Geelong or Bell Park for Croatia?
Thanks, Tonchi, and welcome to Chiovo. Welcome to Target. It's a pleasure having you here all the way from Geelong and coming to chat with us. A few things on our move that made our decisions. We came here last year on holidays with the family, and last time we were here, I was 13 years old. And we came and we absolutely loved Croatia with our family, with the kids, and there's a whole collection of things, businesses struggling in Australia, in Geelong, our businesses.
Let's talk about that far out.
And when we come over here, a few other things, but when we came over here, we thought to ourselves, why are we struggling and burning ourselves out every week at home trying to prop up businesses and all this sort of stuff?
Why not do it here in Croatia? Because just this morning it was flat chat.
It doesn't stop.
Like the view here, the view from the office is absolutely amazing. Yeah. But it's just, you've really hit an opportunity, and it seems to be that you're doing very well. So well done to you. And look, you've been heavily involved over the last few years as a sponsor with the Croatia Soccer Club and more recently North Geelong Warriors Football Club. But it's certainly a different world than it is to Geelong, Victoria. But how's the family enjoying it?
It's good. Family's loving it. We're now more closer as a family being over here. We're less stressed. Life's a lot more easy going here. You're still running a business, and you still have the stress of the business, but everything's so more relaxed and here. But the kids are loving it. My wife's loving it. She's adamant we're never returning to Australia.
Wow.
So what the wife says, the wife gets.
That's true. I guess if you are in Trogir, if you are in Chiovo, do jump into the Acai Bar. Hopefully a little bit later on. I'm actually going to have my first Acai. I've never had it in Australia. So my daughter's put me up for it. So I'm looking forward to that. But before we do that, football. 30, 40 years ago, a lot of our parents, that generation, used football as a way to integrate into the local mainstream community in Australia. Now it seems it's flip side. Now our kids, in your case, your son Christian, who started off at Croatia, then he was playing at North Geelong. He's now using football as his, I guess, way of integrating into the local community here. As a dad, how have you seen that benefit him?
Oh, Tonchi, it's unbelievable. Like, we've been involved, as you said, in soccer, football in Australia, and Christian loves his football. So coming here, and it's not just us, we've met about 15 other families that have moved, and their families have all integrated into football here. It's helped so much, like with the language, the skill sets and the different style of training they have over here.
And we know Croatia is such a footballing nation, mad footballing nation.
And look, obviously a small country of 3.9 million people making it
yeah.
so to the World Cup finals and semi-finals and European finals and all of that. So it's really, really more than just a sport, I guess. And now football is becoming something that's helping your child integrate into the local community.
Yeah, 100%. Like meeting new friends, and he's meeting people from all over the world. It's not just Croatian kids here. He's got friends in the teams from Ukraine, from Russia, from Italy, from everywhere. So it's actually mixing it all up into the Croatian community as well from other countries. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. Well, about 150, 200 meters in that direction as the bird flies, or if you wanted to swim across the channel, is an old medieval fort. Right next to that is the home ground of HNK Trogir, where young Christian plays. We're going to go over there and catch up with the young man. Pitch side at HNK Trogir with the man himself, Christian Kucek. Christian, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Welcome to the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast. We're many, many miles away from Geelong, but you're now playing soccer here at HNK Trogir. Can I just say, what a beautiful pitch. We've got that fort in the background. We've got the beautiful bay just over here. What happens if you kick the ball over the fence and it goes in the water? Do you have to go get it?
Yeah, have a little dip.
Has it happened to you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's one way of practicing your accuracy, isn't it? Like you certainly don't want to go kicking it over there and in your football boots jumping in the water. But let's talk about life in Croatia. It's been about 7-8 months now. Your family moved to Croatia. First of all, you moved back to your grandparents' place up in Križevci, which is north of here, up north near Zagreb. What was that like?
Well, it was really nice. It was a nice town, and then for soccer, started training there.
So you straight away joined a local soccer club, yeah?
Yeah.
How was that? How'd you find it? Like at first, was language a bit of a problem?
Yeah, it was a little bit. They all spoke English to me because I was still trying to learn the language and everything. And when I started training, I realized the difference between the training in Australia and here in Croatia, and I was shocked.
Yeah, let's talk about that because you started your junior soccer days at Karaya Soccer Club at Hume Reserve, then made the move out to Alco Park to North Geelong Warriors, and then the family came out here, and then you're playing for NK Križevci, is that right? Radnik?
NK Radnik Križevci.
Radnik Križevci, yeah. And you found it a bit different. How was it different to training in Australia?
The training is next level. It's not what you expect. Lots of running. Muck up, 2 laps, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of skill compared to Australia. What was the biggest difference between training? What was it, I assume under 13s, was it, when you were playing there, or to under 12s?
I think under 13s.
Yeah. And what was the big difference between, say, training at Hume Reserve, Alco Park, compared to up in Križevci?
Well, up in Križevci, the pitch there's 2 pitches, the training for the start here, and then there's the actual training. So we do it on the training pitch. It's not the best pitch, but it's a good one. Usually muddy and stuff, but it's good. And yeah.
So we're sometimes a bit spoilt in Australia. We get some really good pitches at times, yeah. Although here it's an artificial pitch and kind of reminds me a bit of a cross between the Leisure Time and maybe Surf Coasts, probably closer to Surf Coasts. But so football up there. We know that your dream was to and is to one day play for Dinamo Zagreb. They're a big club, aren't they? Yeah. But you moved down south. The family moved to Trogir or Čiovo near Trogir, and what a beautiful part of the world it is. It's it's I guess what you could almost call it the epicenter of Hajduk Split fans, and they're the big rivals of Dinamo Zagreb fans. How'd you go when you moved to Trogir after being up north?
Well,
what were the teammates like? Were they friendly? Were they receptive?
They're all nice. They're welcoming, friendly. Yeah.
And how's your Croatian? Has it been picking up a bit?
Yeah, I still do tutoring and stuff. I haven't been on it much, but
yeah.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. And what about the Croatian terminology? If you've picked out the words, offside, corner, pass the ball,
yeah.
all of those kind of little terms?
I've learned the soccer words.
Yeah.
So
Oh, they're the first words that you learn, isn't it?
Yeah, the usual words.
Yeah, of course. It's a lot warmer, a lot different here. The climate's certainly a lot more of a, they call it Mediterranean climate. How did you go acclimatizing to this warmer weather than up north, which is a bit colder?
I hated it.
Did you?
At first, too hot for me.
Was it?
I started adapting to it now.
Yeah, well, you got the summertime haircut, so that's pretty cool. Huh? Do you miss anything from Geelong, like whether it's the soccer side of things or whether it's just
Honestly, just
friends?
from Australia, just family and friends.
Family and friends, yeah. Lifestyle, like, do you have
lifestyle? I like it here way more.
Is it? What makes
more freedom? I can ride to school, catch the bus or whatever, and I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
Walk around town and stuff.
I hear that a lot from the adults. Your parents just telling me about that as well. Soccer wise, what's your ambitions? Like, if you stay here in Trogir for the next years, what's the pathway? How can you move on to the next level here in Croatia?
Probably just starting from here. Maybe start playing games, getting recognised by people, scouts stuff.
And there's always scouts apparently, isn't there? Like even at junior games, there's always scouts. Yeah.
Yeah, and then hopefully get picked up by Hajduk Split, make it there, and then starts.
And do you have to sort of keep quiet that you're a Dinamo supporter? Yeah, but it's quite an amazing venue it is, and I'm also told that a very very popular annual junior tournament is held here every year, and there's teams coming from different countries. I guess that's the beauty of it, especially as you get into the juniors, the under 15s, the under 17s, the under 19s, the elite pathways. A lot of the teams go abroad, whether it's to countries nearby or to Italy, Germany, Austria, for example. So that also opens up possibilities, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember in Kijevti, we went in a tournament. We took a bus all the way to Bosnia, Sarajevo. We played a tournament there, over 400 kids.
Wow.
And made it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And then we lost.
Oh, no. Well, just getting there is amazing, yeah. What would you compare Kijevti up north or Trogir here down south? Football-wise, what's kind of a higher standard, do you reckon?
Honestly, I don't know.
Tough question. Yeah.
A lot of it's the same to me.
Yeah. And just from a personal, I've already asked this question, but I'm going to ask it again. From a personal point of view, to you, how much has soccer been important in being able to adjust to life in Croatia?
It's helped me a lot. It's made me new friends, helped me learn the language,
Yeah. Oh, mate. On that note, I wish you really all the very, very best. We're going to go back to your parents' acai bar, and I'm going to, for the first time in my life, I've never had this in Australia, actually taste acai, an idea imported from Australia here in Croatia, and from all accounts doing very, very well. Taste to the test, and we're going to taste one of the Kuchek's acai bowls. To say I'm can't wait is an understatement. In fact, I'm excited. Well, we had to throw that little cheeky comment in at the very, very end. Yes, that was an absolute pleasure to catch up with former Geelong family, the Kucheks, who are now in Trogir. And here's an aerial photo of that particular stadium, an absolute picturesque gem of a stadium. And you can imagine in the height of summer, that's what it looks like. And imagine training and playing there week in, week out, but look at its close proximity to the water. It's almost like if your ground was based at Rippleside or St Helens Beach or something like that. That, folks, brings us to the end of this week's episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast. It was episode 22 for the year and 172 in total. We've got another 3 episodes after this week's episode, and our next one will be next Monday night at 8 p.m, and we look forward to having your company then. Until then, good night, and get out and about and enjoy this weekend's penultimate round of matches in the state leagues, both the men and the women. Not long before the season finishes up, and then we're into September and the finals of the local leagues, and that is it for the year. So, it's come around very, very quickly. Folks, good night, and once again, thank you for watching and supporting the Geelong Region Soccer Show podcast.